Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This isn't a nice subject to talk about, but I feel like it's my duty to tell the general public the dangers of putting anything in your ear that is bigger than your elbow. Because I have been using earplugs this year, never used them before. I hate earplugs, like the foam things, disgusting. Like they just feel horrible. And then one of my friends was like, Lee, did you know about these things called bio ears? Insert picture somewhere. So basically it's a bit like some kind of blue tack, but it's kind of transparent like silicone, and it's got aloe vera in, and you can mold it, and it's nice and it's comfortable, and you can use it for swimming, and you can sleep with them in. Now the only reason I did this is because I was doing traveling and it was noisy. I was in noisy places, couldn't get to sleep. And I thought nothing of it. I kind of thought, oh, this is great, I can keep these in overnight and I don't get sore ears like I used to with earplugs. What happened though is I started noticing that one ear kind of hurt when I was putting them in. Didn't really think too much of it. I had a bit of an issue with my sinuses, and the doctor checked my ears, made some sort of comment that this ear looked like a bit, I don't know, he said something like, something along the lines of blocked or something, but he didn't actually say you need to do anything about this. And then what happened was I woke up loaded with cold, because everyone's ill at the moment, and I could barely hear anything out my ear, and it kept like going on and off, and I thought that's not good. And I googled it, and it said go get some hydrocortisone ear drops, which I got from the pharmacy, and literally as soon as I used them it just totally blocked. And I started googling it, as you do, like Dr. Lee, get on the internet, and what it turned out was, yeah, once you start using them, if there is a lot of rubbish in your ear, like it does totally block, and it can take like a week, or if you're using olive oil it can take like a month. So I phoned up the doctors and they said, well, it could be an infection, and if it's an infection you need the anti-B's. That's antibiotics for anyone that doesn't speak this crazy language of Geordie. I don't know, do all Geordies say anti-B's? I'm really not sure. Antibiotics. So I went and got it checked at the walk-in centre, and it was not infected. They just said it is absolutely full of wax, and I just thought, yep, that sounds about right, because I've probably been compacting that wax for the last 2 months whilst I have been sleeping like a baby. And I tell you what guys, it was not worth it. It was not worth it in the slightest. So I tried to fix it myself, because my friend, well, it turned out Lauren's had this before, my other friends had this before. So I got lent a little syringe thing, and I ordered one off Amazon myself. So you had to put the drops in, and they fizzed away, and then you got warm water and you kind of squeezed it in. And the first like day when it was kind of on and off, it wasn't too bad. But then the day when it totally went off, I discovered that if I kind of pinned my ear back or pulled my ear, I could hear. So I was obviously making enough of an opening for the sound to come in. And that night I was going to see Benidorm, the TV show, did a tour, came to Newcastle. It was awesome, literally. Joyce Temple Savage, I went wild when she came on stage, and Jacqueline, like the cast were amazing. Anyway, back to the story. So I was sat during this production in the Theatre Royal, pinning my ear back the whole time, and it got quite sore, but it was the only way I could hear out of both ears, because it's horrible when it literally just felt like this side of my body wasn't working, like my balance was off. I didn't feel like doing any exercise. The last 2 days before I went to see the nurse, because I had to wait. So this was the Friday it started. From the Sunday I couldn't hear a thing, and I went to the walk-in centre on the Monday to find out that it wasn't infected, so I needed to see the nurse, not the doctor, and I couldn't see the nurse till the Thursday. And in that time I spent the last 2 days, the Tuesday and Wednesday, just putting the drops in, syringing it, thinking I could fix it myself, because obviously I watched loads of YouTube videos where people were getting disgusting amounts of disgusting stuff out of their ears, oh so easily. Unlike me, who was syringing away and just nothing was coming out. Eventually this disgusting thing came out. Ugh. Right, so I've not been vlogging because I've been miserable. Can you see that? Like literally, I've been pumping water in that ear all day because I couldn't get an appointment with the nurse until Thursday. It's now Tuesday, and my ear's been totally blocked since Sunday, but it's been blocked, as in kind of blocked, since Thursday night. And then I got these, and the half cleared it, but didn't clear it properly. So I've been using these hydrogen peroxide, and then it was totally blocked Sunday, totally blocked Monday, and it's driving us insane. So since I'm off work today. I've literally just spent all day with oil down my ear, and then I've been doing like a rinse every hour because I went to the doctor's this morning. The doctor said, yeah, it's totally blocked, it's not infected, it's just totally blocked. I'm like, that is disgusting. But it's from sleeping with earplugs in for the last 2 months because I've been sharing a room. So I'm not be doing that again because this is so annoying, like literally. I wasn't convinced that this was doing jack shit until that massive chunk of disgusting stuff. It looks so disgusting. Just came out my ear. Gross, right? And I thought, that's it, it's fixed. I'm gonna, no, nothing, not fixed. Because what my friend said and what Lauren said was, you'll know. And it wasn't fixed. But because something came out, I thought, right, I'm gonna be able to fix this. No. So when I got to the nurse, and she took a look and she said, yeah, it's totally blocked, but the other ear, absolutely fine. And I did say, well, I've been using these things, and they say, no, it's probably not that. And I'm thinking, but I've never had problems before. And what else would be compacting rubbish at the back of my ear, but pushing silicone things in, which because it was silicone, you could make it smaller than earplugs, and then you kind of push it all in. So it obviously would just push stuff back. So in retrospect, they were amazing, but I'd never want that to happen again. Anyway, the nurse got me to hold this little jug. She put this machine in my ear, and it was literally like a hydraulic drill. It was going like blasting water in, and I could literally just feel, it felt amazing. Like, it was like, wow, something's been released. And I said, is that it? And she said, take a look. So I took a look, and it was disgusting. It was massive, it was huge. I didn't understand how that had came out of my ear. And she said, all right then. And she tried to take it off us. I'm like, no, give it here. And obviously I vlogged it and I took photos of it. So that is gonna come up right now. So look away if you don't wanna see, it's disgusting. Okay, look, this is what has literally just came out of my ear. Literally, that machine. Oh, that nurse is a miracle worker. That. Can you see it? Absolutely stinks as well. My finger just, yeah. So yeah, that came out of my ear, and I've never been so relieved. And she had to get the doctor in because she couldn't tell if my ear was perforated at that point because it looked a bit red. I think there was a red mark, and the doctor looked, and it was so painful, like when she was putting stuff in my ear at that point, because it obviously had irritated my ear canal, all of the trying to get it out. And she said, no, it looks fine. And from then, I said, what can I do? And they said, you can carry on using olive oil, but I found this other oil, which is herbal, which is why I wanted to do a video, because if other people suffer the same thing, then you might not know that there's natural oils that you can use as just a maintenance thing. So this oil, you can use that once a week, 5 drops, just lean back and have it in for 5 minutes, and then tissue, let it come out, do the other ear. You can do that once a week, just to try and stop it ever happening. So now that is part of my ritual. I am always going to do that. You know, it's like going for your 6-month checkup at the dentist. I am always going to be doing that because I never want to have the earwax horror again. Because I probably will use those bio ears, but I'll be really careful about them. And I'll look for the warning signs. Because another thing that happened is when I told people about this, they were like, oh, how are you doing? What are you up to, Lee? You having fun? No. I'm not having fun, let me be honest with you. I'm full of cold, my ear is totally blocked, I can't hear a thing out of it, and I'm laying on the couch with fizzing stuff down my ear, and it's just not fixing itself. It really impacted my mood to the point where I was snappy, I was aggressive, I literally just didn't feel like doing it. I couldn't relax and enjoy myself in the slightest. I couldn't watch a show, I couldn't play a game. I didn't really, do you know what I mean? Like, I literally just felt defeated because it was so painful. Like, my entire ear was just all painful, the area around it. The pressure felt horrific. And just, I thought, I'd convinced myself I can fix it myself. So after spending a day of going back and forward to the sink, and yeah, I was just kind of feeling miserable and sorry for myself. But to me, it really did feel like the most negative, foul state of mind, like the most toxic state of mind that I've ever been in. And I was aware of it, so I just kept myself away from people, like totally away from people. And after, when it was out, I literally wanted to go and buy this nurse a massive bunch of flowers because I saw she had a thank you card, and I just, can I please go buy you some flowers? And she says, don't be silly, it's fine. But I wanted to hug this total stranger who had just saved my life. I did see these machines on Amazon, and they're like about 300 quid, but I really wouldn't want to be putting something like that in my ear myself, because it did feel like a hacksaw, a hydraulic hacksaw pounding away at the inside of my ear. So yeah, guys, this is my warning about putting things in your ears and about how horrific having the earwax is, and it doesn't come out as easy as all these YouTube videos say it does. So take my warning and add the oil to your beauty routine. Or just use olive oil, because the doctor said you can use olive oil, and if you actually have to go to the nurse about your ears, you've got to use the oil for like 4 days, I think, before they'll even see you, because it's got to soften it somewhat before they put that horrific machine in and syringe it all out. I did read all the horror stories saying once you've had it done once, you'll have to keep getting it done. No. That's why I wanted to do this video. Obviously, people who keep needing it done are doing something wrong. They're not looking after the ears. They're doing something to cause it to happen, like I was with the earplugs. So you've got to be aware of what you were doing, and you've got to change your lifestyle, change your routine. So that's why I'm using these oils, which I don't say the name of because I've totally forgot the name. I'm not even going to guess it. I've got them, they're going on the screen. I'll put the link down below with the information. So if anyone's had similar problems with the ears, if you managed to fix it, if you've managed to control it, then leave a comment down below, let me know about it, because even though it's really gross, I'm really intrigued by it now, because I didn't realise how many of my friends had had that kind of problem until I started talking about it. So it's good to talk about the problems with our bodies when things start going wrong, no matter how disgusting they may be. Anyway guys, this was another random video on Life of Lee, or just Lee Turner. I don't know why I called it Life of Lee, because literally it is just Lee Turner. If you search for Lee Turner, that's the channel. But anywho, unless I rebrand it, Life of Lee. Thanks for watching. Click the bell, click subscribe, watch all of the other videos that I've uploaded, and follow me on the social media. Thanks for watching, guys.